Hi friends, let's discuss about as13 accounting for investments. What is this investment? What is this investment? Any asset. If you invest in any asset for earning income or for capital appreciation. What is this income? What is this capital appreciation? Income is a accrual concept. It's like occur one after another. I mean to say, income accrues monthly basis in general sense for interest purpose. If you invest in some kind of debentures, you get interest. That's the income tax. Or for capital appreciation, it's like your assets worth gonna increase. I mean to say, if you have invested in a land for 10 lakhs today, what is capital appreciation means? In the near future, say in a couple of years, that's going to become 1 crore. That's an investment. Why? Capital appreciation. That's an investment. So, what's the meaning of investment? Any asset purchased for income or for capital appreciation is termed as investment. So, investment is termed as any purchase of an asset for any income or capital appreciation. So, when to recognize you have purchased? When to recognize? Initial recognition of the investment or the purchase of an asset. If you have purchased for cash or other, you can easily purchase anything by giving cash. If you have purchased by cash, purchase price plus all directly attributable expenditure. You have purchased a building for 10 lakhs. Okay, 10 lakhs and other interior designer at the same time and furniture you have purchased for 2 lakhs. So what are you going to recognize in your books? Purchase price 10 lakhs, all directly attributable cost, directly attributed cost for furniture, and that's it, 2 lakhs. It's like furniture comes in under different assets, so you're gonna interior design 2 lakhs, so you're gonna raise the whole price as 12 lakhs. When you have purchased an asset, when you have invested by other means other than cash, fair market value of asset given or taken. I mean to say, how can you purchase an asset other than cash? I can get a building by giving him my land. See, it's like barter system. So what to recognize in your books regarding the value of the asset you purchase? It's like fair market value of asset given. First you need to know what is the fair market value of asset given. This must be given the first priority. The value must be written in the books as the value of the new asset. Since think in general sense, see, when you give 100 rupees or 100 rupees thing, that similarly are the same. You can give the 100 rupees or the thing which cost 100. I mean to say, the thing which is valued at 100. Both are same. You can sell that valued 100 rupees product and give him 100, or directly give him the product. Both are the same. First you need to see the fair market value of the asset given. If you don't know, then consider the fair market value of the asset received. That must be recognized in your books as initial recognition for the asset. I mean to say, let's take an example. I bought a debentures for cash. What is the entry? And for other than cash, for cash, debentures account debited to cash account XX amount. For other than cash, I mean to say, I have given my equity shares. Debentures account debited to equity share accounts. What is to be debited with the debentures is the fair market value of the equity share. What is the fair market value? It's like the trading value of the equity shares that you must be noted. If you are not aware of the fair market value of the asset given, you need to consider the fair market value of the asset received. Okay. In the near future, if you have purchased an item for cash, and I mean to say it's not only for cash, an asset you have invested which generated an income which belongs to the pre-acquisition. I mean to say you have purchased debentures on May 31st. You receive interest of May month. The actual thing is that you doesn't hold the debentures on May 1st. Then the interest relates to the May month. So whatever the interest you got and whatever the income related to the pre-acquisition must be reduced from the asset cost. I mean to say investment cost. It's as easy as the interest income debited to debentures account. So the debenture value is reduced, interest income is debited, and you're gonna credit it with P&L account. So this is transferred to the income side. That's it. So the initial recognition is classified. That's a good thing. Okay, I have purchased the debentures. Whether I need to classify it as current investment or long-term investment, how to know which one is which? If you have purchased an investment which is redeemable in the near future, I mean to say less than 12 months, and readily saleable, I mean to say it's not only about redeemable, you are willing to sell in the within 12 months, and the asset is readily saleable, then you can classify it as current investment. And the whole other investments are long-term investments. So that's it. Why we need to classify investments into current investments, long-term investments? That is for the purpose of valuation. How you value the current investment? Current investment are valued at cost, I mean to say cost of purchase, or the fair value, whichever is lower. Fair value on the date of preparing the balance sheet. So long-term investments generally valued at cost, unless the decline in the cost is permanent. I'm gonna expand it a little bit. See, the debentures you bought is worth 10 lakhs and you have no intention to sell in the near future, I mean to say in the next coming 12 months. So it is classified under long-term investments. Okay, long-term investments. So what generally you need to write it as, I mean to say record in as cost value 10 lakhs, but suddenly the company has incurred a heavy loss and reconstruction program has taken place in the company. All the debentures are reduced to 50%. So your value of the debentures has reduced to 5 lakhs. The decline is permanent. It's not temporary. It's not due to market fluctuation. In such a cases, you need to decline the, I mean to say you need to record the as a long-term investments into what is a declined value. So okay sir, I mean to say let's do one thing, we will write at the declined value. How to record it? I mean to say current investments you recorded at cost and now the fair value is below the cost, so you need to record at the fair value. How to record it? It's as simple as that. P&L account debited to current investments account, the reduction value. This directly goes to the P&L account. Okay. In the long term investments. So how to reduce? In the same way, P&L account debited to long-term investments account. This is reduced. Okay. The valuation is finished. After passing, see, I have recorded an item as current term investment. Now I want to switch it to long-term investment. With which value I can shift it to long-term investment? It is at the cost or fair market value, whichever is less on transfer date. Are you getting my point? See, I have current term investments. In the April 31st, 2006, I mean to say this year, in April 31st, while preparing the balance sheet, I have thought of selling it in the next 12 months. So I classified it under the current investments. After passing 4 months, I have decided not to sell it. So I want to classify it again as to long-term investment. I don't want to sell in the near future or something like that. At what rate you have shifted from the asset from the current term investment heading to long-term investment. At what value you gonna shift this? That is the cost or the fair market value, whichever is less on the transfer date. That is the value. This is known as reclassification. Okay. If at all you gonna want to reclassify long-term investment to current term investment, with what value you gonna reclassify it? It is the cost or current value, whichever is less. I mean to mean current carrying value of asset. See, I have purchased a 10 lakhs debentures. Now I want to sell. At the 31st April, I thought I won't sell in the near future. After 4 months, I thought I need to sell in the next 2 months. So I need to reclassify into current term investment. With what value? I purchased it for 10 lakhs. And the current carrying amount is 5 lakhs. So with what value you gonna transfer it? It is the cost or the current carrying value, whichever is less. That is 5 lakhs. That's it. So the last point coming here is that, what is the last point? Disposal. So you have purchased an asset and you want to sell it. If at all you want to sell all the investments, I mean to say all the lot of investments which you recorded as a single asset, full investments, then the sales value minus net book value will either give you profit or loss, debited or credited to respective P&L account. If at all you have sold only a part of the investment, so how you gonna calculate the profit or loss of the sales? It is sales value minus net book value. What is this net book value of the respective investments sold. Net book value, how do you gonna find it? It is by FIFO or weighted average method. See, I have purchased 10 lakh debentures or 1 lakh debentures of 10 each. Net, I have sold 5 lakh 50,000 debentures. What is the net book value? See, you're gonna find it by FIFO method. I mean to say, you're gonna orderly write, okay, first purchase, second purchase, third purchase, I have sold this lot from the first purchase, in the same way, or else in a weighted way. considering all the purchase, I mean to say, I have purchased 1 lakh debentures of 10 each in the first lot, second lot 2 lakh debentures of 10 each in the second lot, 2 lakh debentures of 100 each in the second lot. So when you follow FIFO method, when you want to sell 1 lakh, you gonna record net book value as 1 lakh debentures are sold out of the first purchase. When you gonna sell, when you gonna follow weighted average method, you gonna average the both 1 lakh and 2 lakh 1. That's it. So this is done. So we have, let's have a quick glance of whatever we have studied. We have post-monitored everything. So what is as13? Accounting for investments. First thing, what is investment? And any purchase of an asset for earning income or capital appreciation is known as investment. What is when to record it? When to initially record in our books? If you have purchased for cash or for other than cash. If you have purchased for cash, initial recognition is as soon as you purchase an asset, you need to recognize initial recognition. At what value you need to recognize? If you have purchased for cash, full price, I mean to say, purchase price plus all attributable costs. If you have purchased other than cash, fair market value of asset given prioritize over the fair market value of asset received. So after recognition, if you get any income pre-acquisition, that must be excluded from the acquisition, asset cost. That must be represented reduced from the asset cost as soon as you receive. How classification of investments? Investments are classified into current term investments, long term investments. If you have any, if you are willing to sell the investment in the next 12 months, I mean to say less than 12 months, within next 12 months, and it is readily sellable, that is classified under current investment. Others are classified under long term investment. What is the need to classify as current term investment or long term investment? Current term investment are valued at cost or fair value, whichever is lower. Long term investments is generally valued at cost unless otherwise there is a permanent decline in the value of the asset. So okay, if at all in the future you want to reclassify current investment into long term investment or long term investment into current investment, what is the value with which we need to reclassify? If you wanted to classify current term investment into long term investment at cost or fair market value, whichever is lower, cost or fair market value, whichever is lower on the transfer date. If at all you wanna reclassify long term investment into current investment, cost or carrying amount of the asset, whichever is lower on the transfer date. Okay. Disposal. If you dispose all the investment at a time, sale value minus net book value gives you the profit or loss, which is credited or debited to the P&L, respective P&L account, and the other side is the profit or loss is generated there. If you have sold a part of the investment, you need to find the profit or loss by reducing the net book value of the respective items sold by finding through FIFO or weighted average method. The difference is the profit or loss which is carried to the debited or credited to the profit and loss account. How you gonna debit or credit to the profit and loss account? That's one entry I wanna share to you. See, whenever you wanna sell a debentures, let's have debentures. Cash, you sold a debenture for cash, some 10 lakhs you costed, and you recorded at 5 lakhs, and you sold at you bought the debentures at 10 lakhs, you sold it for 15 lakhs, current carrying cost is 5 lakhs, cash account debit 15 lakhs, to debentures 5 lakhs, to P&L 10 lakhs. Okay. If at all you sold for 3 lakhs cash, 3 lakhs P&L, 2 lakhs, 2 debentures, 5 lakhs, that's it, done. If at all you have sold only a part, debentures, I mean to say cash, you have sold 3 lakh worth costed debentures for 4 lakh, 2 debentures, 3 lakh, 2 P&L in the same way. These 3 lakh can be founded by FIFO or weighted average method. If you want a detailed explanation of it, please do comment it. I will make sure that you get a nice, explanation of it. That's it for this. Very simple standard. And one remaining question. If at all any question comes regarding as13, what you should need to write? See, any accounting standard question must be of 4 types. I mean to say 4 paras. Any accounting standard question must be answered in the 4 paragraphs. First para is that whatever the question is asked. See, if the question is asked about as13 valuation or as13 classification, as13 initial recognition or as13 reclassification or as13 disposal or as13 what is the investments, he can't go beyond this. Whenever he asks any of this, you write whatever the explanation you just now had in a simple terms of 3 to 4 lines. See, for example, initial recognition, as13 initial recognition. He gives a example like I have bought a car. He gives a story. You, as soon as you lighten up, initial recognition. If at all an asset is bought for the cash, it must be recorded at purchase price plus all attributable cost. If at all it is bought for other than cash, it is to be recognized at fair market value of asset given. In the absence of the fair market value of asset given, it should be recorded at the fair market value of asset received. Any income generated after purchases regarding the pre-acquisition, it must be reduced from the initial recognition cost. That's it. You need to write the 3 to 4 lines, whatever you know regarding the A standard related topic. Second para must be the given thing. Whatever he wanted, he given in the question. Whatever he gave in the question, you need to replicate it here. Third para is very important. You need to relate these 2 things. See, let's take an example that he has bought a car for cash 10 lakhs, I mean to say 10 lakhs, and he made it repair with 3 lakhs, something like that he gave. You need to write in the overview of the above 2 paras, the purchase price of the car is 10 lakhs and the repairing cost is 3 lakhs, which makes to that and this. You need to relate these 2 paras and write something. I mean to say, it's not something, whatever in the question he wants, it will be clearly given in the question what he wants. He wants this particular thing. So you need to relate in such a way that what he wants is answered. And the third line is the conclusion. So with the light of the above discussion, it is therefore the whatever he wants the answer, that you need to write it down. Thank you for watching this. Do share and subscribe. Feel free to comment.